Lush, and I'm here in Davos at the Hub Culture Pavilion. Really delighted to be joined by a returning guest, Valerie Germain, partner at Heidrick and Struggles. Valerie, we usually talk about gender parity, so I wanted you to tell me a little bit about the scorecard here in Davos this year.
Well, this year we've actually seen an increase in terms of the gender parity amongst the delegation. But we've gone from 17% over the last couple of years to 18% this year. So an improvement, but still room to grow.
And I know that you look a lot at board representation of women as well. So tell me about how what's going on in Davos reflects what you see in Fortune 500 companies, for example.
So we have been monitoring the Fortune 500 new board members, and each year there are roughly 330, 340 new members amongst the Fortune 500. But in the last 5 years, we've seen a tremendous increase in the percentage of those directors as women, 19% to 29% in 2015. Tremendous effort by boards to be able to create more diversity. But interestingly, between 2014 and 2015, that 29% stayed steady.
So what do you think is behind that? Why is that?
Increasingly, boards are looking for directors who have CEO or significant general management experience, and we're still seeing only 5% of the Fortune 500 CEOs are women. So it's a small pool to draw on.
So what do women need to do to be more part of that pool?
Well, we're seeing a huge increase in parity amongst the millennial generation. What's interesting is then when you look at what used to be known as Generation X.
You and me.
Exactly. You don't see that same level of parity. There's still the gap in terms of women who are achieving the senior executive ranks and general management roles.
So what is it up to companies, or what is it that people don't have so they're not being seen as CEO material?
So many companies have invested significantly in gender parity and diversity in general. So we are seeing the trend start to change meaningfully when you look at the demographics across many large industrials, but it will continue to take time.
And what makes a difference? Is it communication, or what are the skills that you would recommend that people invest in, or that companies invest in?
Well, it's interesting because, as you know, we look at CEOs across the world, across every industry. And over the last couple of years, the skill set for CEOs has continued to change as we look at the multi-stakeholder environment and the complexity around that. Communication skills, the ability to connect with your audience of people that you can see, and with social media, people that you can't see. The need to understand the changing demographics of your customer base, which is increasingly women. All of those pieces lend themselves to a broader skill set that isn't just experientially based, but is also the natural qualities in terms of connectivity and relationship building. Exactly.
Valerie, thank you so much for stopping by the Hub Culture Pavilion here in Davos, and I'm Edie Lush.